Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Wildcard Entrepreneurs Podcast. For today's episode, we have someone from Ireland, but he's not a regular person, all right? So don't get the idea that, what he's going to share with us, right? The expert we have today, he will talk about one of the most trending topic of this current time, which is going to be the crypto industry, the NFTs, and the topic related. The guest we have is a serial entrepreneur, all right? He has lots of businesses with retail and food from telecoms, and most recently, he started his internet solution business. Let me introduce our next wildcard entrepreneur, Lawrence Parnis, and we will learn so many things about the crypto industry, the NFT, and managing money. After the intro, entrepreneurship is a wild journey with lots of ups and downs. After 2 years of my own entrepreneurial journey and doing so many things for my business and business growth, none of them brought me the result I was looking for. So I decided to stop everything what I was doing and started building everything from scratch for a solid foundation. And started learning how the experts have done it themselves. Follow me on this wild journey with other wildcat entrepreneurs as I learn from the experts, and I'm gonna build my first $1 million business. I'm your host Tanvir Rahman, and you are watching season 1 of Wildcat Entrepreneurs Podcast. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Wildcat Entrepreneurs Podcast. And as you can see, Lawrence is with me here, and he will be sharing so much value about like crypto industry, like how and where the industry is going, like his journey and everything related to crypto, right? So, hey, Lawrence, how are you? How's it day?
Hello, Tanvir. Glad to be on. Signing in from
Yeah.
Dublin in Ireland today. That's where
Awesome,
we are.
awesome.
But we work in 4 countries anyway. So
Yeah, that's for sure. All right. So, like I was sharing a little bit about you to the audience. So, can you share a little bit of your backstory? Like, how did you get into this industry? Because I saw that you are in the health and fitness health industry, especially. So, how did you get into like this crypto world and this industry?
yeah, great question. Well, what happened so I've been involved in special events for nearly
All right.
25 years. We have a big
Wow.
event management and a big event catering business here as well. We
Mm-hmm.
manage a lot of big outdoor events and festivals here in Ireland.
Wow. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and in 2020,
Mm-hmm.
the government closed us down because
That.
of what happened. Yeah. I don't want to mention too many words because sometimes when you mention these words, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
They get affected with the
that's the.
algorithms and everything, but everybody in the
Yeah.
world knows what happened. But the thing about it is, I have uh, before 2020, like I was involved. I have an IT company as well, and we're
Wow.
involved in data.
Mm-hmm.
And I created a system using AI and machine learning, and I was
That's.
getting a bit of data uh, points coming over about something going to happen, right?
Mm-hmm. All right.
And this is towards the end of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a very open-minded person, and so
All right.
uh, I'm open-minded, so I listen and then I go and
Mhm,
do a bit of
mhm,
research myself. But then in
mhm.
January 2020, February 2020, we were getting more data to say that something
Mhm.
massive is coming.
Yeah.
And then in March 2020, the
Mhm.
government locked down the whole country in
Yeah,
Ireland.
like it happened for everywhere, not for only Ireland.
Yeah, happening across the whole world.
Mhm.
Uh, I think we were one of the first countries in Europe, though, to take
Mhm.
action.
All right.
So that gave me a lot of time to
Mhm.
go and start researching and learning. Whereas probably a
Mhm.
lot of people took the time off and just relaxed. Where I
Mhm.
seen it
Yeah,
as an opportunity to learn and maybe look more into our online business that I had
Mhm.
started
Mhm.
about 3 years ago. Before that,
Mhm. All
I
right.
always knew that going online and going fully online was the way forward.
Mhm.
Uh, so as I said, it gave me more time to win and learn,
Yeah,
and
that's for sure.
uh, and that's what I done. Learned
Mhm.
more, studied more, became better at what we were doing online.
Mhm.
Uh, and the online business that we have, it's called Megla Dental. .eu,
All right.
and we work in 4 countries. So we work in
Mhm.
Ireland, the UK, the US, and Canada. And
Mhm.
we're specialists in what we do. We only
Mhm.
work with dentists, and we only work with dentists that want to increase their high value offers, like dental
Mhm.
implants
All right.
or full mouth reconstruction.
Mhm.
Okay. Uh, and how we do that is our system is plugged into the back end of over 16 different platforms,
Wow, that's crazy.
and we're reading everybody's data basically.
Mhm.
Because when somebody downloads an app like YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, they agree to the terms and conditions, and those terms and conditions allow those platforms to harvest our
Wow.
data.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
And because we're plugged in there, we have access to that.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right. Yeah. And as well in 2020, uh, my brother was telling me he's involved in crypto a long time, and he was telling me about this halving cycle that was coming along with Bitcoin. I didn't really know that much about it at the time. I do
Yeah.
know though I missed Bitcoin when my friends were buying it at $75, but
Yeah.
but I didn't do my work. And
Mhm.
again, at the beginning of 2020, I didn't do my work either when my brother was telling me that it's gonna drop, and it dropped down
Mhm.
to 6,000 approximately dollars.
Yeah, like exactly, like it crashed so hard, like I don't know, like when it will recover, but yeah, it will take some time for sure.
Yeah. And what I was doing then, I was going in and I was playing around with a few other cryptos, learning a bit,
Mhm.
and I invested in a few cryptos. But at that time, I was a trader. Okay,
Mhm.
because
All
there's
right.
different type of people that are in this business. Yeah,
Yeah, that's for
there's
sure.
three
Yeah.
types of people. There's traders that look at the screens every day and they're trying to make 5-10% up and down
All right.
and buy and
Mhm.
sell. The second type of person is going to be an investor, someone that has
All right.
maybe a couple of thousand there, or he wants to
Mhm.
just invest and put it into something and just leave it.
Mhm.
But what I am, I'm a saver basically.
All right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I have a 10-year plan,
Mhm.
and I'm buying now. I only buy Bitcoin because I've done my
Mhm.
work on what
Mhm.
Bitcoin is, the
All right.
history of it.
Mhm.
It's 14 years old. Every other crypto out there is just chasing Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah. And the main difference uh, with uh, the difference between like Bitcoin and crypto is there's only one Bitcoin and it's finite,
All right.
meaning it's a scarcity. There's only
Mhm.
going to ever be 21 million coins in existence ever.
Wow.
Whereas the
Wow.
other things that are coming out have some of them have billions and some of them have trillions.
Mhm.
So they're just like the fiat Ponzi scheme that's out there at the
Mhm.
moment. And for the listeners that don't know, fiat is money. So you
Yep.
can have sterling fiat, euro fiat, dollars, rupees. It's all fiat,
Mhm.
right? And it's controlled by the central banks. And on top of the central banks, there's the Bank of International Settlements that controls
Mhm.
all the central banks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that was the learning curve that I went along. Yeah,
Oh, like that, that was long. Like I don't know, like how long it would take for me to learn all these things, but yeah, like that was really crazy, right? So, like, you've been following this crypto industry for almost like 3 years now. So, but like after your brother, like, who was your first mentor? Like, and like how much you invested in this in different program about learning crypto?
yeah. Great question. So when I started in cryptocurrency, I listened
Mm-hmm.
to a mentor that I was following at the time, and he told me just start with 100
Mm-hmm.
pounds or 100 euros and just play
All
around with
right.
that first. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I done. So I got involved in a coin. It's XRP. A lot of your uh, listeners might hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
Ripple XRP, and I turned that 100 euros. I got a 4,500x ROI on it
Wow.
by buying and selling it and buying and selling it. So then I realized I'm not using much energy. I'm not using a lot of time. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
putting into practice what I was learning, and look at the return I got. So that really sent me down the rabbit hole of learning about
Yeah. All right.
cryptocurrency. And then I came across Bitcoin. And then
Mm-hmm.
I started learning the difference between Bitcoin and
Mm-hmm.
cryptocurrencies and how
All right.
Bitcoin is probably the best one out there. But most
Yeah,
people
like that. That's
concentrate
for sure.
on the price and they don't understand the value of Bitcoin. Okay. So
Yeah, like that's for sure. Like because like we just look at all right, how much Bitcoin like is worth? Like, hey, it's 20,000, 50,000, 60,000. Yeah, like that's really amazing. But they never like learn and go deep, just like you did. And yeah, that's the most important part, I guess they miss out about the industry.
most important part, and I say this to anybody that wants to start buying Bitcoin, they have to
Mm-hmm.
learn about it first. They need to do
Yeah.
their work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And
Yeah, like that's for sure.
and not like 10 minutes of work or 2 or 3 hours of work.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do a minimum, first of all, to kind of get a feeling for it, about 40 to
Mm-hmm.
50 hours of work. And
Wow.
then after that, I believe you need to do at least 100 to 150 hours of work before you really understand it and get it. And
Mm-hmm.
once you get it, you're not going to buy anything else out there.
Yeah, like that's a really interesting point that you mentioned because like sometimes like before like you like I'm with you right now. I try to understand like crypto and the industry and I've done a little bit of research about all right, the price goes down and price goes up, like the stock market and everything. And there's some blockchain, like and there's so many cryptocurrency out there. And I have done like my homework for like 1 or 2 hours and then I gave up. So yeah, like that's why I know that why I was not able to understand Bitcoin because some of my friends like they were talking about the Bitcoin like maybe 5-10 years ago, like when I was young. They're saying, hey, like look, let's start mining Bitcoin. I said, what is Bitcoin? Like I never heard of it. Like is it like any kind of coin that I can flip and you know
Yeah,
like what kind of thing? And yeah, like it was really fun, but yeah, like I was not doing my homework and that's what you have mentioned here.
it's very, very,
So
very important. A lot of people jump into this whole space and they just start getting sucked in with all the money, all the marketing, and all
mhm.
the advertising from
Yeah, like
all
that's for sure.
these other cryptos. Yeah.
Hmm.
And a lot of these other cryptos are all scams. People just don't
Hmm.
realize most of them will be gone in 3 to 4 years, 5 years maximum.
Hmm.
And most people lose their money because most of these cryptocurrencies, there's like over 21,000 cryptocurrencies out there now.
Really, like that's crazy. Yeah, like
Mental.
a few days ago, like Elon Musk like tweeted something about the Dogecoin and the price went up like crazy. And there are some few like a crypto millionaire like coming out like buying like Dogecoin and I don't know what about Dogecoin right now and they were teaching like cryptocurrency and how they should invest and what do you want to say about those kind of people? They just never understand the crypto.
People just jump into this and don't do any work. That's the problem.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
uh, and then they get wrecked. And there's a lot of
Mhm.
people now getting wrecked as well. But what's happening? Because a lot of these exchanges aren't regulated. Like
Mhm.
99% of them aren't regulated. Like cryptocurrency is not regulated yet, but it will be very soon. It will be very soon. So that's why we're going to see the big money going into Bitcoin because
Yeah, like
what's happening and what's going to happen, because we have all the data here, there's
mhm.
nearly $400 trillion worth of money being managed by pension funds,
Mhm.
institutions, sovereign wealth funds,
Mhm.
right? And for the last 40, 50 years, they've been
Mhm.
putting their, they've been investing in the stock exchange,
Mhm.
supermarkets, shopping centers. They can only buy physical products.
Yep, that's for
Bitcoin
sure.
is a digital product. So what they're waiting for is the regulation to come in, so they're allowed to buy digital products.
Yep.
But the thing here is, a lot of the fund managers get and understand Bitcoin, and they've been buying a lot of Bitcoin, and they know how it goes up and going down. They know it's volatile, but they know as well that there's huge returns that can be made on it.
Wow.
So once the regulation comes in, they're going to take a percentage of that money, 2 to 3% at the beginning of $400 trillion. And in the first year, they're going to put into Bitcoin.
No, yeah, like Bitcoin is the most like important part out there. But after the Bitcoin crash and everything is down a little bit right now. So like what happened with the other like cryptocurrencies out there? Like are they still alive or they're dead? What happened with those?
A lot of them did die, but a lot of them are still there. They probably lost, a lot of them have lost 80, 90% value of what they were since maybe June or even at the beginning of the year. But what people don't understand is the whole economy, the whole world is about to crash. People don't get
like
that yet.
that's for sure. Like like things need to reset for some time. But yeah, like that's something, but yeah, like go on.
But that's the reason why Bitcoin is going down as well. Like the whole world is going down.
Yeah, like that's for sure.
And anybody that's in business can see that. You know what I mean? And on the TV and the news and the newspapers, our governments and our central banks are pushing out that there's no recession. But anybody with common sense can see that everything has gone up in price massively.
Yeah, like
and our energy
that's for sure.
has gone up in price massively. In Ireland here, our electricity has gone up at least 100%. Our gas has gone up 100%. I was only saying to somebody there during the year, when I bought my new Jeep that I have, not a Jeep, it's a 4x4. I was paying 99 cents a liter for petrol, and at one stage it was up to 220. Now it's like 190. So that's nearly 100% increase.
Yeah,
but
like
when you listen to the news and all these things, they're telling us inflation has gone up by 6, 7, maybe 10%. So it's the way it's the way they're calculating the inflation, because they changed the way they calculated CPI.
Yeah, like maybe they lost track of the numbers, but yeah, like that's how they're trying to make up with the regular people, So if they don't understand, like like we don't make them, we don't let them know like what's going on, right?
No,
Like,
they
that's
won't.
the
They
policy
won't
there.
let you know. Yeah, they don't. If people don't understand, they don't learn themselves. They're not going to tell you this exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
right?
like that's for
So
sure.
so what?
Even here, like the government is same for every country. Like even for you,
Yeah,
like here,
yeah,
like it's the same.
yeah. They don't tell us the truth, basically. They just
Yeah, like
tell us a
they
little bit of
never
it.
tell the truth.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah.
like,
So that's how I got into it in 2020, and I started getting into Bitcoin when it was like 52,000. That's when I got it and I understood it,
yeah.
and I
All
said,
right.
"Whoa, this is going to have massive, massive, massive value in the future." It's gone up hundreds of thousands of percent in value
Yeah,
already,
exactly.
right? But it's only starting. It's only really starting. And at the moment, it's actually crashed. But as I said, that's because the whole economy's crashed. If anybody
Yeah, like
looks,
everything. Yeah.
if anybody knows about stocks and shares and bonds, like the stock market is down over 40% since January, and it's
Yeah.
probably gone down more even now. Yeah. So the whole world is changing.
Yeah, like that's why like I was listening to Ryan Sarhand, and he was talking about like every time the market goes down, like it goes up all the time. So yeah, like that's the nature of the market. Like he was talking about like 2008, like last year, like every time like the market goes down, like it always bounces back. So we just have to wait a little bit and stay positive and stay strong until it bounce back.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we have
Yeah,
to
like
do. That's what we have to
yeah.
do. But things are going to be a little bit different this time
Mm-hmm.
because from the data that we have, it's going to be a big crash like we've never seen. It's not like the 2008 crash.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon this is going to be 10 times worse
Wow,
in
that's crazy.
2008 because in 2008, how we went into that crash was through Lehman Brothers,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
and they were in debt of up to like 600 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that was the domino effect to start everything falling.
Mm-hmm.
But now there's three major banks out there, okay,
All
that
right.
that are in debt of over 3.5 trillion,
Wow, like that's crazy numbers,
which is like
That's great. Yeah,
five
like
times more,
mind
six
blowing. Like,
times more than
that.
2008. If one of them, it's not if, when
Mm-hmm.
one of those defaults, that's going to be the start of the domino effect happening. And the difference with it now is we were, for the last 18 months, we were
Mm-hmm.
in a thing called quantitative easing, which is they were
All right.
printing more money.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
between 2008 and 2019, the
Mm-hmm.
Eurozone and the Federal Reserve and a lot of big countries were printing approximately 10% of the total value of money that was ever created in
Yeah,
nearly
like
90
exactly.
years.
Yeah. Yeah, I listened to Grant Cardone about money, and he was talking about like every like 1 out of 5, like $100 bill is created like last few years, like that's how things are for US and every other like country, like even for like everywhere, like not only like
Everywhere.
US or
It's the
Canada
same.
or like 1 out of 5 notes is printed like last few years, like 1 or 2 years, and that's what he was mentioning.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like that's.
here's the thing. Between 2008 and 2019, they were printing 10%. In
Mm-hmm.
2020, they colluded and they agreed to print 20% of the total
Wow.
amount of money that was ever created in about 90 years. And in
Yeah,
2021, they printed 30%.
they're taking the industry, but like that's
Yeah, so they
how it
printed
is.
30%. So look how much, and people don't even understand. They're looking at prices going up in price. But what they don't understand is the currency is being devalued.
Yeah, like there's something that no one try to understand. Like that's for sure.
Yeah.
Like that. Like that's the most like how do I say it? Like the most overlooked reason for the industry is going on. But speaking of like money, like I'd love to like go back to the topic of crypto
Yeah.
and how people see the industry. So I have known like there are 3 types of people in the industry, right? Like you're talking about like the investors, like the traders, and I saw like there are some people uh, that they're mining, building like huge warehouse like of thousands of GPUs and mining bitcoins like Ethereum, like and so other coins. And even like one of my cousin brother, like he called me like during the when like Bitcoin was like around like 50,000 or so, and he was saying like, hey, like should I start like mining Bitcoin? I said I don't know, like, but the future is bright for Bitcoin. So what do you think about the miners out there? But uh, that's a different topic if you don't want to talk, or if you
No,
want,
we can
like.
talk a little bit about that. Yeah. I'm not into
Like,
mining.
what do you think about the miners, and
I
do you think that even for me, like I don't know about crypto, so do you think that yeah, if someone should start with like mining if they want to learn about crypto, and the mining is on the other side that they're learning, so what do you think about that?
Yeah, it's a great question. To be honest, I was looking at mining myself in
Mm-hmm.
2020 and early 2021. But now the problem with
All right.
mining is electricity and energy costs has gone up so high, it's
Yeah,
not
like
cost
exactly.
effective now to mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cost effective. And as well,
Mm-hmm.
you're going up against the big miners as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the simplest thing and the most sensible thing for anybody that wants to get involved in Bitcoin is
Mm-hmm.
do your homework,
All
get a
right,
bit of
that's
knowledge
not
on it,
all right. All right.
get a bit of knowledge on it, and just dollar cost average in So come up with a plan and a strategy of how much you want to
All right.
save every month on Bitcoin, and just keep it simple. Keep it simple. A lot of people out there are overcomplicating it,
All right.
and they want to do all sorts types of things, right?
Yeah,
But,
like that's for sure.
but my plan, keep it simple, dollar cost average. When it's on sale, the way it is now, sell your property, sell your car, and start buying as much as you can, because there's blood on
Yeah.
the streets now. Yeah, buy as much as you
So,
can now.
like speaking of like investing and buying crypto, so for me, like I don't know how to do everything. Like, and I know like there are so many people out there, they're scared of the industry, and because they don't understand like everything. So and there are like lots of scammers out there, like because if I'm like trying to buy crypto from who is a scammer and something like that, so what are the risk involved like investing in crypto, and how can I like get rid of this like scams and everything?
Yeah, great question. Great question. So what you need to do is you need to learn about it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And the number one thing about this, okay, when you buy Bitcoin, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you can buy it on different exchanges that are out there,
Mm-hmm. All right.
but as we've seen, the exchanges were scamming people.
No, like that
The
that's
big
not the best
exchanges,
business strategy.
FTX just went down about in the last 2 weeks. But I'm in, I, but because I'm always looking at it and I'm always keeping an eye on it, I started getting a
Mm-hmm.
few red flags from people that I know around the world,
Mm-hmm.
and we realized that FTX was going to go down. And
Mm-hmm.
we started telling people about it, and we probably saved a lot of friends of ours that had assets on FTX and they took them off before they locked
Yeah,
the
like
exchange down.
mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of big uh, platforms and exchanges out there that will go down. It's
Mm-hmm.
inevitable. They will go down because they're all scamming people as well, right? So
So
the best thing
mm-hmm.
to do is when you buy your Bitcoin and you have
Mm-hmm.
a couple of €100 there, or maybe a couple of
Mm-hmm.
thousand, whatever, depends on how much
Mm-hmm.
you're buying at a time. You
Mm-hmm.
take it off the exchange and you take personal custody of the Bitcoin,
All right. Mm-hmm.
and you put it on something like a Trezor or a Ledger,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody can ever steal that from you, and nobody can
Mm-hmm.
ever rob it for you because you get your own passwords, your codes. You have to just keep them
Mm-hmm.
very safe. Never share them, never put them online, never take photographs of them. You have to keep it offline, the
Mm-hmm.
passwords.
All right.
So that's the safest thing to do. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
called
like that's
trust.
understandable.
Don't trust is what we say. Bitcoiners say don't trust, verify is what it's called. Verify that
Uh,
you own the Bitcoin,
mm-hmm.
and you can take it off the exchange and put it on your Trezor or your hard wallet. It's called an external hard wallet, and then
All
you're
right.
safe. Just don't lose the passwords.
Yeah, like that's the obvious one. So like what are some of the like safest like Bitcoin buying like sites out there like you can recommend to the audience?
Okay, if people are in America, I'd recommend to
Mm-hmm.
them to Swan
All
Bitcoin.
right.
So
Mm-hmm.
they're a Bitcoin only exchange, and
Mm-hmm.
they're very good. They
Mm-hmm.
encourage you not even to hold your Bitcoin on the exchange. Just buy it
Mm-hmm.
and take it off the exchange and put it on an external hardware wallet.
Mm-hmm.
And in Ireland and the UK, I'd recommend a company called Coin Corner,
Mm-hmm.
and they're doing some really interesting things. They're based in the Isle of Man, and they actually have a Bitcoin card as well that you can
All
get
right.
from them.
Do you have one?
I do actually have to show it to you now. Just have it here.
All right.
So this is like a Bitcoin card that you can spend your Bitcoin with. Most people don't even understand this. Like, you know, remember that you can actually spend Bitcoin. So that's like just a bold card.
Mm-hmm. Wow, like that's so amazing. It looks so like it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like some like whenever I see a gold card, I say like that's a boss card for reason for reason like I don't know, but yeah, like it looks like the boss card. Yeah,
Yeah.
like and what about like the people like want to do like international transaction because I'm not in Europe or in US. So what do you think? And what is the safest
Very,
place for
very,
them
very,
to?
very, very easy. If you are using Swan and somebody
Mm-hmm,
sends you their uh, external wallet or their own wallet,
mm-hmm.
you can
All right.
send them Bitcoin in seconds. It goes to them in
Mm-hmm.
seconds.
All right.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna definitely try. But here's the most important like part for uh, the podcast, all right? Because like I see and even like almost everyone out there, like the big names out there, like they do hold some Bitcoin, like maybe 5% of their portfolio, 10%. So how much you are holding right now from your portfolio, and how much you recommend, like if someone is starting out and learning about Bitcoin and everything?
Someone starts now to do your work. Once you do your work,
Mm-hmm.
I've gone
Yeah,
all
right.
in, my man.
Huh?
Right? I've sold lots of
Mm-hmm.
things to buy Bitcoin,
Wow.
houses, property,
Mm-hmm.
assets,
Wow.
lots of
That's
scrap around me.
mm-hmm.
Because here's one thing that people don't understand: one Bitcoin is divided into 100 million satoshis.
Wow.
So one Bitcoin is divided into 100 million pieces, and each piece is called a satoshi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I know
Okay,
like that's the smallest part of the Bitcoin.
denomination of the
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. So at
Mm-hmm.
the moment, one satoshi to buy one satoshi is approximately 0.0002 of a cent.
Mm-hmm.
And there's people going out there and spending $1
Yep.
or 30 cents to buy some shit coin with loads of marketing behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can buy a lot more satoshis for $1 than
Mm-hmm.
something else, and Bitcoin has more value.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's the longest one out there. But the thing
Mm-hmm.
about Bitcoin, it has no marketing team behind it, and it has no CEO behind it because it's totally decentralized.
Mm-hmm.
All these other coins claim to be decentralized, but they're not decentralized. If there's a company behind it, if there's a
Mm-hmm.
CEO, if there's a board of management, if there's venture capital behind it, it's not
All right.
decentralized. They'll tell you it's
Mm-hmm.
decentralized. How can it be fully decentralized if there's a board of management
Mm-hmm.
on the table controlling everything and they're marketing it? How is that decentralized? It's not fully
Mm-hmm.
decentralized. And most people don't get that.
Yeah, like these are the things that most people and most people they don't even share with you because they're selling like different kind of courses, like different kind of things about like the crypto and hey, how can you buy things? So not even sharing this kind of information like I guess or I can guarantee, right? Because like they don't want to like mess up with the industry because someone else maybe they're in the like Ethereum industry or the Litecoin or whatever coin out there.
Yeah,
So yeah, like they will never share this kind of information because if they do like then they will lose their student or the people that they wanna to
yeah,
click in and get their money.
yeah. And
But
even
but
think of it this way as well,
uh-huh.
okay? Bitcoin is like the internet,
Mm-hmm,
okay? That's the growth that it's going to have,
mm-hmm,
right? So imagine your parents bought a piece of the internet 20 years ago. Do you think
mm-hmm.
that would have been a good investment?
Yeah,
If
like
your
it,
if
it
your
depends. Like
parents bought a piece of the internet,
yeah, like that would be nice for me. Like if they're they're doing something and yeah, like if that was something like valuable. Yeah, definitely.
but so this is the internet, okay? This is just a
Mm-hmm,
simple example. This is the internet. So what's
mm-hmm.
stacked on top of the internet? Is Google on the internet? Is Zoom
Yeah,
on the
like that.
internet? Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram? These are different layers that come onto the internet. It's the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing,
for sure.
right? So when those, if you could have bought a piece of the internet, which you could not
Mm-hmm,
have, so when Google was put on top of the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That grew in value. So did Facebook. When it first started, it was nothing, and it grew
Yeah,
in value.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
So the value of those companies would have automatically gone into the internet
Mm-hmm.
naturally. The same as
Yeah,
Bitcoin.
that's what.
This is Bitcoin,
Mm-hmm.
but there's
Mm-hmm.
different layers being built on top of Bitcoin now. We have the Lightning Network that's being used for
Mm-hmm.
payments. Okay, there's
Wow.
PayPal is integrated with
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. Stripe is integrated with Bitcoin. Visa,
Mm-hmm.
MasterCard, all the corporations are integrating with Bitcoin or the
Yeah,
Lightning
yeah,
Network.
like I see like most of them are right now like using this like blockchain like transfer. I don't know like how things work. So this is something like related to like crypto and the Bitcoin. So yeah, like sometimes I see like hey like we were right now like doing our own blockchain like transferring like I don't know how, but because I've never started like everything so deep. So yeah, like now I understand like yeah like everything is now going based on the Bitcoin. So uh
So
like
so so
how
so
do you
so so
see
so, so, so
yeah
what will happen will be once these companies start becoming billion-dollar companies, the layer two companies, and
mm-hmm,
possibly trillion-dollar companies, the
yeah
value of those companies are all automatically going to go into Bitcoin.
mm-hmm,
And there's only 21 million coins that's ever going to be in existence. So at the moment, there's about 200 million people that have a piece of Bitcoin. 200 million people. There's about just over 19 million coins made now, and 200 million people have either bought a piece of that or invested it. But I'd say out of those 200 million people, there's probably maybe
mm-hmm,
50 or 70 million that really understand it and really get it,
mm-hmm.
right? Bitcoin is being
Yeah like
adapted three
that's
times
true.
faster than the internet has been.
Mm-hmm.
3 times faster. I only got this data last week, right? In 3 years' time, there's going to be 1 billion people chasing after 21 million coins.
Wow,
1 billion.
that's
And
that's
do
crazy.
you know how many 1 billion, how many million is 1 billion?
Yeah, like 1,000 million
A
is 1 billion.
thousand million and 1 billion. So 1,000 million people chasing after 21 million in 3 years.
That's
And then what happens
crazy.
when there's 2 billion people and 3 billion people and 4 billion? Now there's about 8
Wow.
billion people in the world. So do you think the value is going to go up or down
Yeah,
over
like
time?
definitely it's going to go up for sure. So how do you think that this is gonna be like in few years? So you're saying like the value, but uh because like we have seen like for some reason like I see sometimes people they're saying like oh like the price will never go down like and sometimes like yeah it goes down but there's some people that are saying like oh like just because they're just trying to make things like really like how do you say like a get rich quick scheme.
Yeah,
so
that's
so
it.
so
Yeah.
do you think that the industry can get rid of those people or they'll just grow at the same time?
It's going to wash them out. Yeah. And this crash that's coming is going to wash a lot of people out. That's what's
Mm-hmm,
going to happen. Because a lot of people that are in this get rich quick thing, they haven't done their work.
mm-hmm,
They're just getting sucked in with, and most of those get rich people aren't even in Bitcoin. They're in all these other shit
mm-hmm,
coins, and they're going to get wrecked.
mm-hmm, yeah
What's
like
going to happen to
that's
them?
for sure.
We've
Mm-hmm,
seen it already. In June, Terra Luna went down, 40 billion
mm-hmm.
wiped out in 2 weeks,
Wow,
less than 2 weeks.
that that's
Now,
crazy.
then Celsius went down, and we caught that as well through colleagues of mine as
Mm-hmm,
well, and people I know, and they alerted us, and I saved a lot of people, a lot of money that were around me that had put their money on Celsius. The last of my friends that took the money off Celsius, and I'm talking like not 100 or 200, I'm talking tens of thousands,
mm-hmm.
hundreds of thousands
Wow,
worth off.
that's crazy
He
money for
took it off
sure.
on a Thursday, and they locked down the exchange on Sunday. And then Three Arrows Capital went down, Voyager went down, all these exchanges. And only 2 weeks ago, FTX, the second biggest exchange, went down. And that was a total scam. Over 20 or 30 billion dollars robbed from people. And
Wow.
I mean like robbed. It's all going to come out. They have him on TV at the moment talking about
Mm-hmm.
he gave donations to so many people. They even laundered money they did from America for the war that was sent to Ukraine, and they put into FTX. That's what they
Yeah,
done. $10 billion that the Americans gave for the
that's
war, the
mm-hmm.
Ukrainians took it out and put into FTX and bought
Man,
tokens out of it.
that's
And then it's after
crazy.
turning out that the CEO of FTX is after giving over like 50 million back into the Democrats. And it's turning out now it could be up to $1 billion that he handed back.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
So
don't know what they're doing, but
you won't hear all that probably on the news, but like,
yeah, like we
that's a
never
very different story.
hear this kind of thing on the news. But it's been some time, but I just want to ask you one last question.
Okay,
Like,
yeah.
so like what do you think about the art is being sold like on the internet, on the like everything? Like I don't exactly remember the name.
The NFTs.
The yeah, like at the NFT. So what do you think about the NFT? So do you think they will stay on the internet, or they'll like will be destroyed? Because like I see like there's so many people that they're just going all in for like talking about like NFTs, like they're selling courses. They're saying, hey, like we are the expert about like NFTs. And I say, look, bro, like NFT has been here for 1 or 2 years. Like that's what it started. So what do you think about the NFT and
I,
everything?
I think the blockchain will get built out, but I think there's a lot of scams going on with those NFTs,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't really invested much inside them because I've been told to stay away from them, and I'm just learning from
Mm-hmm.
different people that I'm looking at. You know what I mean? I'm just playing
Mm-hmm.
it safe,
Mm-hmm.
to be honest. I'm working,
All right. Mm-hmm.
I'm saving, I'm working. We have a good company that's getting good recurring revenue.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm spending my money that I need to buy my goods and services in fiat currency, and anything that
Mm-hmm.
I want to save for 10 years, like my pension,
All
I'm
right.
putting it into Bitcoin because it's a 10-year plan that I have. I'm not touching my
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin for at least 10 years, and we're saving it now. And
Yeah,
I'm kind of
that's
lucky.
good.
I think I'm lucky anyway. There's a crash on now. I can buy it
Mm-hmm.
cheaper now than I started buying it a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I see the value in Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I
that's
see the
mm-hmm.
value in the growth of it, and
Yeah.
it's a good time for someone that's done their work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a good time for now people to do their work and start dollar cost averaging in, because in a couple of months it's going to start going back up. But do your work first, because most people will buy it and maybe they might buy it now at 15, whatever, 17,000, 20,000,
Mm-hmm.
and because they haven't done their work, they'll probably sell it at 30,000 or 40,000. But I've got a long plan, a long
Yeah,
game.
like every time like someone's playing the long game, they win because that's the most like how do I say it, like intelligence thing that you can do for the investment and for the industry as well. Because like if someone is going for like 1 or 2 years, then they will fail eventually. Because uh, sometimes like even my friends, they come in like, hey, like how can I make money online? I say like, if you just want to go all in, then like come to the industry. And if you don't want to go for long run, then just watch Netflix or some movies out there. Like that's the
Yeah,
way more of your time. Then like like if you're just doing something, then do it, go all in, and stick till the end for a long time, because that's when you'll get paid the most, rather
yeah,
than like
yeah. But learn
trying
about
to
it first, though. Learn about it
yeah,
before you
exactly.
start going all in. And that's where
Hmm.
the big mistake is. People start just going all in without having a clue, and they just
Hmm.
listen to all the rubbish around them. They need to do, as I said, at least to totally understand it, at least 100 hours of work. And when you think about it, I mean, not many people will take the time to do 100 hours of work or 150 hours of work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's for sure.
You know what I mean? To kind of learn something or study something, you know what I mean? Especially somebody even that's a little bit older, that's over 40. They're not going to do
Hmm.
that. Maybe a young person might, you know, but
Yeah.
if you put the time in and the effort, you
Hmm.
will be rewarded. And at the end of the day, everybody's going to find Bitcoin at some stage in their life, whether
Mm-hmm.
they're going to find it at 20,000. Some people found it at $1. Some people found it
Yeah.
at $10,000. I found
Mm-hmm.
her at $52,000 when I totally
Yeah.
understood it. But now,
Mm-hmm.
because I understand it, I'm actually buying all the way down. Most people wouldn't do that. If
Yeah,
somebody
like
bought something,
whenever like yeah, go on.
if somebody bought something at say 50K and it started dropping down, unless they're really educated on it, they're not going to
Mm-hmm.
buy it at 20K, are they? Because they're
Yeah,
afraid. They haven't done their
yeah,
work. They think they think
absolutely.
everything's more than likely they'll sell it when it goes down to
Mm-hmm.
20K.
Yeah, like that's for sure.
And that's what
Like when I saw the Bitcoin first, like it was like 1100 or 12,000 to 1200 bucks. So that's what like I saw it for the first time, and it was way like before. So yeah.
yeah. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I just went down.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So let me start again. So like whenever someone is like starting in the industry, so I can see like few things that they need to do. All right. So the number one thing is gonna be like they need to learn at first, like at least for 100 hours before they want to decide, all right, where I'm gonna go. And number two is gonna be like, all right, uh, let's stuck only with Bitcoin. Like we don't go for any other platforms like the NFTs and everything. And the third thing is gonna be like going all in with one, because like if you just wait, then this is never gonna be the best time to start, right? So is there anything else that you wanna add for the audience?
And go slow. That's what I used to
Mm-hmm.
say. Start crawling before you start walking and then running.
All right.
You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Just really start
Mm-hmm.
uh, crawling, and that strategy that I told you about dollar cost averaging is probably the
Mm-hmm.
best strategy for
All
anybody
right.
just starting off. So make a
Mm-hmm.
plan, work out all your finances, and work out how
Mm-hmm.
much you want to put away for your pension for the future,
Mm-hmm.
or to buy a house. If someone young there want to buy a house in 10 years or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Put it away for a minimum. Make a minimum 5 year plan. Nobody
All
has
right.
lost money with Bitcoin over 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a fact. The data is all there, but there's a
All
lot of
right.
people losing money trading it. 90% of traders lose money over time.
Mm-hmm.
They lose over time. 90% of traders. So just get a simple strategy, and
Mm-hmm.
the thing about it is Tanvir, right? Once you buy Bitcoin, okay, you don't actually have to do any work.
Yeah, like that's for sure.
You don't have to put in any energy. You don't have to get up
Mm-hmm.
every morning and go and do work. If you buy a property, you have maintenance costs, you have tenants' headaches, you have income
Mm-hmm.
tax, you have capital gains tax, you have property tax, you have water rates. I had
Mm-hmm.
all them things with
Yeah, like
property.
there's so many things that I cannot imagine right now.
You know what I
But
mean?
that's
Yeah. So it's a simple strategy, but a lot of people overcomplicate it.
yeah, like that's really true. Like and for some reason, like because of some scammers, like most of the like regular audience, they are scared of like and the Bitcoin or the industry, like that's why like uh they never invest. But right now, like I see there's some like big names out there, like the industry, like companies out there, like they started like pushing and they are taking uh their payments in bitcoins right now. Like a few months ago, like Tesla, they started it, like Apple started, and there's so many other brands they
Starbucks in
started to,
America,
yeah.
McDonald's are taking it.
Mm-hmm.
It just got launched. Coin Corner just launched in Dubai. They partnered up with the royal family over there. It's going to be all over Dubai very, very quickly. El Salvador has gone with the Bitcoin standard. They've made it as a reserve currency. El Salvador is blowing up. It's gone so big. The GDPR for El Salvador last year was up to 10%. When every else's GDPR is at 0 or minus around the world. The crime rate has gone down by 95%. That
Wow,
president over there is doing amazing work. And his tax rate as well has gone up by the income tax that people are paying. Because over there it was all like people weren't paying as much tax. There's a lot of under the table trading and black money and all. I think the income tax and the tax is after coming in like over 30%.
Wow, like that.
More. But the country's blowing up. I think 50% more tourism has increased in 1 year since they adopted in 1 year since they adopted the Bitcoin standard. There's a lot of things that a lot of other countries can learn from El Salvador and implement what they've done over there to free their people. But the problem is a lot of our governments don't want us to be free. That's the thing. They want to keep us
like that. That's true.
as slaves.
Like that. That's not happening. Like most of the countries, like I would say, like 90% of the countries that's happening today.
Yeah, they make it out as if they're there for their government, but are they really? When you really look in behind the scenes and you see what they're doing, you know what I mean? It's terrible what's going on. There should be nobody out there starving in the 21st century in the world.
Yeah, like that. That's true. Like that.
Nobody. But people need to learn to protect themselves. That's what they need to do. And there's another thing that's going to be happening very, very soon. What people don't realize, they're switching the money. They're changing the money as we know it. We use fiat currency now. Once they crash the economy, they're going to roll out a new currency, a digital currency, and they're going to be called CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. Right? It's going to be issued by the central bank, not your local bank, because they're getting rid of all the local banks. And it's going to be controlled by the central bank and the government. Programmable money, Tanvir. Programmable money.
That's really scary. Like we're talking about this, like that's great. Like they just want to like control everyone who is in the world and everything.
And they will. They will once they change the money. Because here's the scenario. They're going to roll it in for our benefit first. They're going to sell it as our benefit because the economy's crashed. The only way they can help people now is with this new type of money. Download a wallet. It's going to be paid from the government, right? So 3 or 4 years later, once the money is in and everybody's using it, and they're not using
like everyone is using,
that's
a bit for everyone.
They'll start programming the money, right? So if you're living in Europe and you can drink over here, right? They might turn around one day and say you can't put alcohol after 6 p.m. in the evening, and they program the money, and you can't spend the money.
That's gonna be like that's not the best way to have money, in my opinion. Like if you cannot spend it, then it's not your money anyway.
Now that's another story. It's not our money anyway. People don't realize what they give us. And they don't understand what money is. But really understand what money is, and I didn't for a long time. I only learned about it in the last 2 years. It really woke me up to what's going on here around us. But going back to this CBDC, this programmable money, in your country, they might turn around and say, okay, people are eating too much meat. And because of climate change, people are eating too much meat. We need to stop people from buying so much meat. So they might allow you only to buy $10 worth of meat a week. And they program the money. If they don't want people getting flights, they program the money. You can't buy airline tickets. If they say people are driving too much, we're only going to give them $10 worth of fuel a week. They program the money and you can't spend it.
That's crazy, like that. Then I don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah,
No,
like it is. Yeah, like go on.
no. What I was going to say is, it's happening. The CBDCs are ready. Okay,
Hmm.
they just need to crash the economy now and come in with the saving grace of this new type of money that's going to help people, and they're going to sell all the benefits of it. You know what I mean? And tell most citizens not to, you don't have to worry about yourselves. We're just doing this because of money laundering or because there's
Hmm.
too much black money out there. But it's not because of that. It's going to be to control people.
Yeah, like that. That's really crazy, and this is the scary part out of it. But where can I learn the audience about it more, even more? So, do you have any like articles that we can like lay link on the description or something like that, so people can learn and reach out to you even more? Or
Yeah,
is there
if
any
people
website?
want to learn, they can go to our main website
Mm-hmm.
www.megladental.eu,
Mm-hmm.
and if they want to book a meeting with me, they can book a
All
meeting
right.
and I can jump on a meeting with them. Or else
All right. So.
they can go to my Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
very active on Twitter, and they can reach out to me at
All
larpar,
right. Mm-hmm.
at larpar, LARPAR.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm just gonna like pin everything on the description so the audience can go and check it out, because yeah, like there's the industry is going on, and if you're not like on the right curve, then I don't know like what's gonna happen to you. But yeah, Lawrence, like thank you for your time, and yeah, like I hope uh things they don't go the way like the everyone is planning, the government is planning and everything. But yeah, we need to learn, and yeah, hopefully like we'll bring you again and you'll
Yeah,
share so much more about everything.
yeah. Tanvir, just one thing, okay? People need to learn very quickly what's going on and learn
Hmm.
to protect themselves because everything that I've told you is going to happen. We
Yeah.
can't do anything to stop it because it's been signed off by our governments and everything. So people
Hmm.
need to protect themselves. And the one way of protecting yourself is being able to, in the future, have some type of currency that's not going to be controlled.
Hmm.
And from what I can see, Bitcoin's the only thing out there really. You know what I mean? Because once they drop in this CBDC, it's all over for most people. It's for the
So.
kids. Let's learn
Mhm.
learn about it for the kids and for our children and grandchildren. Try and protect them. There's going to be a huge wealth shift.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
it's going to be a
that's for
massive,
sure.
massive wealth shift. And if people go and learn about Bitcoin and understand it and just hold on to it, it's going to
Mhm.
create generational wealth for them and their families and their grandkids. And in the
Mhm.
future, they'll be able to leverage that Bitcoin, and banks
Mhm.
or other institutions will pay you for that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So this is the time now to start doing it, learning about it. Yeah,
Yeah, like right now, like after the this call, like I feel like that I was missing out, not jumping into the thing. But yeah, like definitely I'm gonna start planning more, and slowly, as I mentioned, I'll like just little step over time, and yeah, like I will be on the journey with you, with a long term plan, not short term plan.
yeah. And if anybody wants to learn, because we work with dentists, I've created a
Mm-hmm.
course for all our
Mm-hmm.
partners. If anybody
All right.
wants to fast track their learning instead of
Mm-hmm.
waiting
Mm-hmm.
12 months or 18 months,
Mm-hmm.
you can come into our course. You can watch all the videos. You'll understand it in a week or
All
two.
right. Mm-hmm.
The fastest way to do
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? It was my
All right.
duty. Once I learned how to do this, I had to share it with my partners. And
Mm-hmm.
the easiest way for me to do it was just document it on like a course. Someone starts,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna learn about money. What is money? They're gonna understand what's gonna happen with the economy and how to protect themselves. And then they're gonna go in and learn about Bitcoin, the history of Bitcoin, why it has
Mm-hmm.
value, why it's gonna increase in value, uh, how to buy it, the safest places to buy it, how to take personal custody of it. They can learn all that in 2 weeks very quickly instead of going out there and trying to figure it all out themselves, like what I had to do.
Yeah, like that. That's something. Yeah, like we can definitely link everything on the description, and I will definitely go through some of the things that you have shared. But yeah, like it's been a long episode, and I hope that you are not like exhausted. So
Ah,
yeah, like
okay.
thank you for sharing all the information, and I hope like people will start learning and they will start saving themselves and the upcoming generations. All right.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
that's it for today, guys. Like I hope you enjoyed and learned so many things about like the Bitcoin and the industry and what you should do in terms of like protecting yourself. Yeah, like make sure you do follow like Lawrence on Twitter and everywhere. Like I'm gonna be linking the links on the description so you can check them out and you can start learning about them. All right. That's it for today, guys. We'll see in the next episode. Bye bye.
Thanks a lot.